Hello, I'm Aaron Cole and I help people make great real estate investments. Thank you for tuning in to my real estate investment channel. The words, when should I sell my rental property, are beginning to creep into conversations with clients more often. The real estate market is constantly changing, and of course we've had significant improvements in prices in the last few years. You may have heard the phrase, or you may have heard an investor say, you should never sell a rental property. But in this episode, we're going to talk about several great reasons why selling your rental property would make a lot of sense. So we're going to jump right in. Number one is when your investment return is very low or is very close to the no risk or low risk return. So to restate that, if your rental return on your investment property is very close to that of a certificate deposit or a bond, then you're going to want to review your property and considering making some changes with the property. Maybe you want to refinance the property, or if you look at the numbers and figure that's not going to work, maybe you just want to consider selling the property. You're obviously going to need to do some analysis to figure that out. But if you're knowing that real estate has a good amount of risk with it, real estate investment does, and so, getting a return on your investment of 2 or 3% is just not enough to make it worthwhile. So another reason why you would consider selling your investment property is when you've had a major life change. So what are examples of major life changes? Well, several could be retirement, could be a job change or a job relocation. It could be an inheritance, could be death in the family. Each of these events are going to likely cause you to think about your investments, your real estate investments, and probably going to be determining if some changes are needed with them. So another reason why you might consider selling an investment property is when the property is in need of costly repairs. So let's talk about some of these costly repairs. These are repairs that are typically not done every year. You might have a roof replacement, you might have an HVAC replacement, could be multiple systems that you're replacing, could be a kitchen or a bath that's needing remodeling, or it could be that there's just a significant repair that's needed with a crawl space or with some other aspect of the property. Moving on down our list, another reason why you might consider selling a rental property is when you have better other sources of income. I had a conversation with a potential client recently, and he said, in rental properties, they just don't seem like they're producing the amount of money they should be producing. And he went on to tell me that he had owned them for a number of years. He had started another business, and so it was getting difficult for him to manage the properties and operate his other business, which, by the way, was very profitable for him. So he simply, very simply, had said in so many words that he just wasn't enjoying owning the rental properties as much as he used to, because he'd moved on to something that was easier or more profitable for him to do. So when you have other better sources of income, maybe even other better sources of passive income, then you should consider selling your rental properties. Another reason, and this is something that I find that very few people know about, is when you can take advantage of the 0% capital gain tax. Do you know that this even exists? Yes, there is a 0% capital gain tax. It's been in effect since 2008. And I got to say, not many people know about it. There are some very specific steps that you're going to need to take to make sure that you're able to qualify for this 0% capital gain tax. Some real good situations or abilities to be able to take advantage of this are around your first year of retirement, or if you're in sales or you own your own business and you have a way to adjust your income from year to year. Those can be very good ways to take advantage of this. I got to say, there can be lots of other reasons why you would consider selling your rental properties, really great reasons actually. Maybe you just don't enjoy owning them anymore. Maybe you've changed in what you enjoyed doing when you were younger and what you did for money back then. You wouldn't do the same thing for money now as far as the hassles with dealing with tenants and property management issues. Maybe you just want to simplify your life. I mean, there can be very objective reasons and subjective reasons. So there you go. That's our information for today. Several great reasons why you would consider selling a rental property. My contact information is below the video if you'd like to reach out to me if you have a question about this information, or if you'd like me to review a property or a situation with you. I'd be happy to do that. And again, thank you for tuning in.